Hello, Scorpio women, and welcome to your I Ching Book of Changes for the month of March 2017. This spread is meant to help you gain insight into the influences affecting your relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, it might be giving you some advice on somebody you're seeing or ways to get into a relationship. For those of you who don't know, the I Ching is an ancient Chinese divination method that's been used for centuries to help make sense of changes. Okay, the first two cards are talking about where it is that your partner and you can be found in terms of the emotional grounding. And this is hexagram 49. I want you to get a good look of the image here because when I pulled it, it really screamed Scorpio. Hexagram 49 is called revolution. And I think if anybody embodies revolution, it's Scorpio women. So what is revolution? Other words to describe revolution include transformation. A phrase would be a radical change. It's a hexagram asking you to be ready to give up on the old in order to make way for the new. So whatever is old and just that's not fun for you anymore, just give up on it in order to make room for new experiences. That could be included within the relationship. So if you find that your emotions this month with regards to the relationship and where it is, the groundedness of it, maybe it's time for a whole new revolution. That might be bringing in someone new. It might just be really switching up the way it is that you, it is that it made the relationship stable, but which now just feels stale. So that's the first card. For your partner, we have hexagram 52, which is keeping still. So this hexagram is for if you're in a relationship with a Scorpio woman and you get a hexagram asking you to keep still, I think anybody who's been perhaps with Scorpio can understand the usefulness of that advice. But going more into what this hexagram is talking about, it's asking for your serenity this month. So be able to simply sit and relax your body and keep your spine straight. That's good advice for everybody. But know that when you close your eyes, you can shift your attention away from things that seem outside of you. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, or even when you're not, it can seem like the outer and the inner is jumbled up. So by getting very centered and learning how to do this through meditation, you can reap the benefits. So meditating might help you realize that life doesn't revolve only around yourself or the dramas within the relationship, and just allow the things that come up when you do make time to meditate and let it go. So if you have disturbing thoughts, unconsciously you could be suppressing them, and that could be coming up in psychological ways that is not of use to you in your life. So by stepping out of your mind and the chatter of that, you can embrace not being too serious and get a perspective that you could only get when you reach that quiet place within you. So make time for that, because that could help what is undermining a sense of security for those of you in a relationship with Scorpio women. Okay, so the next card is meant to depict the emotional climate. This card is supposed to be focusing on what increases the harmony within each of you, and the balance increases overall balance in your personalities. What is it that you do that creates arguments, or there's some sort of bottleneck with communication. These cards are in the heart position, so they can show you where there might be a lack of trust that's been created. It can also show you where emotional wounds that have yet to heal have been created. And we have hexagram 6, which is conflict. And hexagram 6 is a message that there is a need to not be competitive and to replace competitiveness with purpose, mutual purpose and friendliness, to replace being stubborn with being open-minded, to replace any kind of will to power you have with a less ego and more essence-centered approach. Also, if there's any jealousy, Scorpio women, that you might have, this card is telling you you need to drop it. So don't be jealous. Your grass would be just as green if you spent as much time watering it. So everything that you is creating jealousy in your life, wipe it clean and focus on the things that you know you're good at and release that which causes that envy. It's the monster. The green monster. Okay, so for your partner in this position, we have 45, which is hexagram known as gathering together. So this hexagram is saying to you that the sum is greater than the parts. So you know that together you're better than apart, and also converging, unifying, assembling, and combining your forces. So just like the history of the relationship has it's like this stream here, this tiny little stream, which all together create massive rivers, which lead into the ocean. This card is really saying that it's the little things right now that together create a sum greater than its parts. So that could be shown to Scorpio women, if you're listening to this, just by little tiny actions which add up. So it's the little touches and the little things that could help to wipe away the discord. Also, if there's some sort of sense that small can't be great, this is a hexagram reminding you that that's not necessarily the case. So small little actions, if you replace them with the negative things, might make a big difference this month. All right, so the final cards are the state of mind, your perceptions, and your longings. And what it is can be a catalyst for breakthrough. So this card is also giving you guidance on what it is that can help the two of you reach a higher connection. And this is hexagram 62, which is small is beautiful. And this card is really asking you, Scorpio women, to remember that everything that you handle this month, from your partner to jobs, but especially within the relationship, that to treat it as delicately as you would the wings of a butterfly. So you can find beauty in the smallest things, and also that the pathway is not, imagine yourself as this butterfly. You're not going to fly in a direct straight line upwards. You're just going to float to where it is you want to go. So you could be getting and remembering your inner socialite this month. So maybe you need to socialize a little more. It's not just that red straight line. Notice how unnatural that really looks. So just remember that you're that butterfly, and you don't need to do things that, anything that's this red harsh line doesn't seem natural. So avoid it and go for the beauty. Okay, and for the partner we have hexagram 14, which is prosperity. Now prosperity it's a positive hexagram. It denotes wealth, good fortune, success. It also is a reminder of the importance of showing gratitude towards those and that have helped us bring us into that space of prosperity. So you can do that by supporting others and also with material possessions. So share. If you are prosperous in any way, Scorpio partners this month by sharing your talents, and also just even sharing stories with your partner might be a good way of increasing the bond between the two of you. The final card is meant to represent kind of what all the other messages of this card can help create in terms of the changes. And here we have hexagram number 9, which is the taming power of the small. And this hexagram contains the message of self-restraint, self-sufficiency, careful preparation, resourcefulness, the chance of minor impediments on the road to marital bliss, adaptability. So by integrating those things within the relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, integrating them into your daily behavior by remembering that sometimes you don't have as much control over things as you would like. So you don't have control over when, just like that little spider doesn't have control, it does take care of what it does have control of. So what is it that you do have control of, and focus on that in order to bring about what it is your ultimate goal. So if there's certain things within the relationship that you just don't have control over, each other's reactions or personalities, focus on what it is, the good, and focus on continuing building that. Thank you for listening, Scorpio women. I hope you found this insightful. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing. I'm also on Pinterest, so you can follow me there. I have more information up about the hexagrams, as well as Twitter, where you can find links to other sites. If you'd like a private reading, check out my site and don't hesitate to contact me there for all sorts of questions, from health, wealth, to the Ching can offer really grounding advice to bring more balance to things that seem out of balance this month. All with the power of the suggestion, which is from the ancient book of changes, and I can help you discover what the cards have to say to you for that. Thank you, and see you in April.